Today we will be talking about potentially some of the best and most uplifting Minecraft news we've heard for around about 2 years now. Buckle in, because this video is going to be incredible. With that being said, drop it a like to show support and let's dive right into it. So everyone, if you've been on this planet, if you're not an alien, I'm sure you know what's been going on over the past few years, which caused everyone to be locked away at home and just brought the entire world to a halt basically. It caused so many delays, especially for Minecraft, and it really affected Mojang and how they could roll out Minecraft's updates. It really affected them and probably did a lot more damage to their release window than we could have ever foreseen. Here we are in 2022, still receiving content we was meant to see back last year. It's incredible the amount of content that did have to get pushed because of these world events, but nevertheless today looks like things are turning around. If you do not know who King B Dogs is, he's a legendary developer over at Mojang, the Minecraft gameplay developer at Mojang. Very amazing person who did actually in fact tweet this out on March the 15th 2022, which was yesterday as of when I'm uploading this, saying back in the office and happy to work side by side with my co-workers again. This was actually a retweet of something which was posted by Alexander, who, just in case you do not know, it gets a bit complicated here. Alexander is in fact a Minecraft gameplay developer who did actually tweet an image of King B Dogs and the crew getting back together outdoors after these world events we talked about at the start of the video. Just in case you have no clue what's been going on, because of all of this, Mojang was forced to work from home, developers working in offices from home or just away from each other, so that there was no chance they could spread what was going around. Obviously, the point of an office is to allow employees and developers to work together, communicate and share their visions for the game. However, over the past few years it's been made much more difficult to do that. Each individual has been isolated and kind of almost contained away from each other, so it was made infinitely more difficult for them to do this. However, it looks like things have changed. The fact that this was tweeted out on March the 15th does indicate that just only now are the team fully getting back together, which is quite confusing. We've been hearing conflicting information for quite a while, and I did personally think that they'd already been back in the offices for a while, but from King B Dogs' tweet it does seem that they are just back in the office and they're working together again. The exact tweet does indicate this, so definitely exciting news and there's a lot to look forward to. Let's now talk about what this means for the wild update, because as you may have seen by the title, this is great news for it. As I pointed out earlier, as of right now the team are only just getting back together fully, meaning up until this point things have been infinitely more difficult for them. They've had a hard time communicating their visions and getting information across to each other, but now the team are back together. They can communicate infinitely better and can share their visions to make the best update possible. I would assume that this will greatly speed up the whole process of the wild update, and going back to 2021, I would think that this is why Mojang gave a rough 2022 release window. If everything continued to go the way it was going, I'm guessing that they thought they could go back to work like this in the offices together sometime this year, but no one could have predicted what's going to happen in the world, so they did not want to be too optimistic. But now the team is back together, the crew is back. I would assume that things are going to start happening a lot quicker. We could potentially see a faster rollout of snapshots and betas, and potentially even an earlier release date for the wild update itself. Basically what this will do is just speed up the whole process. If any of you guys have any more information about this, drop it down below in the comments, because as I said, I thought the team was already back to working together by now, but it seems that this is not the case. It's really interesting to know that only right now, as of this date, March the 15th, they are getting back together. That means this entire time for the past 2 years, as this tweet would indicate, they've been working separately. So I would imagine that there's going to be an incredible burst of energy here where the team is just so optimistic and happy to be back together that they can, as I said many times throughout this video, infinitely speed up this process. But let me know your thoughts about all of this down below in the comments. How do you think this will affect the rollout of upcoming snapshots and betas, and do you think because of this we will get an early release for the Wild update? I would just assume this is going to have a hugely positive impact on the creativity of the team and will allow them to do greater things. Imagine if you're sat at home, you're a developer, and you're tasked with coming up for ideas for Minecraft. It's going to be a lot harder to communicate what you are currently thinking across to people when they're not physically there. You have to communicate through a video chat or some other method, which is so much more difficult. But now they're in the office, they can just nudge each other, give each other new ideas, cool features they would like to add, and hopefully, as it did with the Nether update, creativity will be increased and we'll see a lot more rollout of features. I've noticed this with the Caves and Cliffs update. It seems like Mojang were really struggling through that, and even at the start of the World update. But now, hopefully, we're going back to these great, incredible snapshots and betas from Mojang, which we've all been waiting for. All in all, though, I'd just like to give a final thank you to Mojang for all of the hard work they've put in over the past few years. That's around about when I started making Minecraft videos not too long ago. But yeah, it's just good to see the team so happy to be back together, and hopefully they can work on some incredible Minecraft features from now on. With that being said, I'm going to go and play some Minecraft, my favourite game. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.